Well, he attack me. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
What you talking about is Jaden Place. See me up to the time, a cartel. I represent for Jaden Chase. We spray them face on the AK rays. See me up to the time, the Gaza station.
Yeah, man, now move settings nation. And we no need no ladder. Yeah, man, Jaden Chase, and that whenever we bring another exciting reason for the topic of dancehall and entertainment. So if you're new to the channel, just a pass through. But when you like the reason and of course when you like the point of view, well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then kicking the like button. Now let's get right into the reasoning. Now, nation, Lisa Evers' Street King interview with Vybz Kartel was definitely one of the most streamed content on the Fox 5 News app to date, as millions of fans worldwide tuned in to hear the voice that cannot be silenced, that of Vybz Kartel, the dancehall cultural icon himself. Now make no mistakes, nation. The state was only upset that Vybz Kartel used the same media on a global scale to highlight the injustice of the country, the injustice in the court system, and the fact that the state fabricated charges and evidence to secure a conviction against him and his co-accused, which is the same play that was made by the state when they used the tabloids to say that they had video recordings of the incident and statements from a witness giving them the location of where the act took place, all of which were proven to be lies, as they were never used to secure the conviction of Vybz Kartel and the co-accused. As a matter of fact, the forensics said there was no forensic evidence at any location, especially the specific location given by the so-called crown witness. There was also never any video footage of the incident, as it was fabricated, but they used these stories in the media to convict Vybz Kartel in the minds of the citizens. So that's when they put out an unconstitutional verdict. People would have it in their mind, so well, let me have these evidence. But this was not the evidence used to secure the conviction. Instead, them use fabricated messages. And now the same state and also the same state influenced media houses are saying that Vybz Kartel is a modeled citizen and inmate after reporting that he was fully inoculated in the media by Nationwide that called for the probe into Vybz Kartel's interview. The media has been using these tactics for years. Demonize Vybz Kartel's character in the media or try to use him name to state benefit, and that is one of the problems they made up with Vybz Kartel. The fact that Vybz Kartel remains unwilling to sell out to the state. Vybz Kartel also pointed to the fact that the state wanted to control his influence and use it to their benefit, and this also exposes that the fact that the Minister of Health and all other government officials were quickly on board to say yes, of course, use Vybz Kartel to promote their current campaign. No saying that he was a model citizen and the best individual to get citizens to make the right decisions, which is a complete 360 from how they have painted Vybz Kartel in the media over the years. Nation, Vybz Kartel is indeed innocent and will be freed by the Privy Council. The case fabricated against him by the state is of course about influence and the fact that they wanted to control Vybz Kartel's influence to use for their own benefits. Wanted Vybz Kartel to sell out the same people who have supported him throughout his career, and him say him nah do it. The same people who the state tried to convince that he was guilty. Now, I say big up Lisa Evers for the title. She said, Vybz Kartel, the voice that will not be silenced. And truth be told, what they have tried to do to try to silence Vybz Kartel has actually worked against them. Vybz Kartel is now seen as much more than a dancehall megastar, much more than a king of the genre. is no more seen as a cultural icon that has not only influenced fashion and the way people dress, but also the way people think. Restructuring the thought process, telling them not to limit themselves by their current conditions or the situations that they might face. No, read, educate yourself. Know that there's a world bigger than just the island. Through music, he also pointed to the fact that maybe some of these elected officials do not have the interests of the people in mind when making their decisions, something that people in this day and age definitely see for themselves. The state it feel like say, putting Vybz Kartel behind the bars would end them career, but the more them fight, the stronger we get. As stated by him in one of his many dancehall classics, Vybz Kartel's fans base has increased, the opposite of what the state did feel like happen. They may say, alright, if we can use your influence and your creativity and what you have been blessed with to our benefit, then nobody can get it, including you. They were wrong. And for far too long, the state have been doing things like this. Bending the law to their own will, giving certain people a pass, and then trying to use the same law unlawfully against innocent citizens. Nation, talk to me. Tell me how you feel about the interview. Clearly, Vybz Kartel and the Gaza Nation movement is a worldwide music phenomenon. Even places that Vybz Kartel has not physically visited, music has carried his thoughts, his creativity, and his ideas there. And the people must say, yo, they have never seen another entertainer of any genre with this level of creativity. And the truth, and I always point that out. Some people feel like saying we talk about Vybz Kartel's creativity musically. It's just if you are focused on the musical aspect, them feel like it's limited to dancehall. No, when we say Vybz Kartel is a superb writer of music, we don't just mean for the genre of dancehall, the teacher writer Beyonce. We are talking writer overall, up there with the greats in our music. And the Street Kings interview definitely highlights that. Now, I always say big up to Lisa Evers, the way she described Vybz Kartel. When she had talked about the teacher, she always point out in musical accolades what he has done in the genre, and also then she point out the injustice faced by Vybz Kartel and his co-accused at the hands of the justice system locally, pointing to the fact that a case like this, with a verdict like this, would have never been allowed to happen in a first world country. No, the fact that fabricated evidence has been confirmed and was pointed out even during the trial. No, mistrial have happened. What I say? The fact that officers went to retrieve evidence, last part of it only carried back one part, and the one part that they carried was used, and the part to prove that it was never tampered with was lost, and that was allowed to be logged in court as evidence. No, I first reacted to this, and truth be told, most citizens have never really paid attention to court proceedings unless they have been involved. The fact that this was televised to the extent that it was televised, with, of course, certain parts being edited out by the state-run media houses. People got to see the injustice for themselves. See the backlog of court, the way how them can put off case, just to see if them can get an individual fighting for their innocence to run out of capital. Talk to me in the comment section. Vice the one called Jaden Chase, the dancehall correspondent, the Gaza representative. I say, I'm reminded them now, if you're new to the channel, new to the movement, just a pass through. But they like the reason, and of course, they like the point of view. Well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon and put it on all. And this is how you know we'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share on the blog in truth. Comment section open 24/7, never lack yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there, and we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. You know there's something going for those who don't. Yeah, man, now move settings, fam, and no, we don't need no ladder. And my sentiments for you and yours is, of course, for to live, love, and yes, prosper until we reason again. Yeah, man, freedom is a must. The fact that the entire trial, the entire court proceeding violated constitutional right, the fact that the evidence used to secure the conviction has been found to be tampered with, freedom is a must.